Football, unfortunately, has ended up being a laboratory for the study of concussions and traumatic brain injury. We've learned that the child's brain is a growing brain, and particularly during these formative years, that if a brain is concussed, it takes longer to heal and it's more vulnerable to a second concussion and perhaps catastrophic consequences if it becomes concussed again. And there is in America and much of the rest of the world this tough it out mentality, and that tough it out mentality can result in the death or the catastrophic lifetime injury of a young player, and that's not necessary anymore. Perhaps the best known example these days is a former client of this law firm, Zachary Lystedt. At 13 years of age, he was the star football player. He went out one day, it was the big game, and he was tackled near the end of the first half, and he had a brain injury. You can see him rolling around on the ground holding his head. They held him out for the next 3 plays, but starting with the first play of the second half, Zachary was sent back in. And during the second half of that game, he won the game. About a minute afterwards, they were doing their high fives and everybody was celebrating the game and Zachary's performance. At that time, he began to shriek. He fell to the ground and yelled that he was blind. And it was only life-saving surgery that managed to keep him alive. What became particularly beautiful was the response of his family, who cares for him 24 hours a day. They didn't want this to happen to any other child. They worked together with us and the Washington State Brain Injury Association, and we went to Olympia and a law was passed called the Zachary Lystedt Law that mandates, first, more education about the dangers of concussion, but secondly, children should be removed from games if they're suspected of a concussion, and they can only be returned to play with appropriate medical clearance. What we've all learned from the experience of Zachary Lystedt and other athletes like him is that we have to take any concussion seriously.